So 2 days ago we got the dev live stream, and I think it's safe to say that absolutely nobody saw what was coming in that stream, and it's shaken up a lot of people in the community in a good way, in a sense of what was actually revealed in that stream. So we got a bunch of stuff to cover because something big is going to happen, and well, we're going to be talking about what this something big is, because it's going down basically as early as next week. So some exciting stuff. Now, I do want to let you guys know that if you have a YouTube channel, which obviously you technically do if you're watching this technically, but if you want to grow your YouTube channel or talk to me about Marvel's Avengers, then you can basically book a call with me where I can share tips and we can just have a discussion. So essentially it's a 15-minute meeting, I guess you could say. So if you want to be in for the chance of that, just go ahead and click that link in the description below, which will actually take you to a calendar of mine, and basically you can just book in a date and time that's available that's also convenient to you, and you have to be over the age of 18, so go ahead and visit that link if you want to. But as always, drop a like on this video, subscribe for more awesome Avengers content, because the hype train is officially moving. Now I want to give a shout out to the Assemble podcaster again, really cool dude. If you guys did actually see his stream, then you also saw my community post, because I told you guys at that moment he was literally watching it and breaking down everything. So what I'm going to be sharing now is basically information I was taken from that stream, which basically was just, I guess, brought to a highlight essentially. So shout out to the Assemble podcast, all links to that will be in the description below as well. But the big thing I want to start off with is that a new Iron Man outfit is coming as early as next week, and he has a cape. Now, why this is so important? Well, that last bit of that sentence of the fact that he has a cape is basically a clear indicator to the infamous Iron Man. I can't think of anything else that it could be. If you have any other ideas, by all means let me know in the comments below, but I mean, as far as I'm aware, I'm like 99.5% sure that we're talking the infamous Iron Man outfit, and that is gonna be huge within itself. Now, we went on to more stuff with Hawkeye as well, which I just want to quickly cover. So Hawkeye arrow teasers were essentially just the pulsar arrows and the tripwire arrows, which some of you guys might know as well. Boomerang arrows are confirmed, and the developer blog next week is going to be talking about the Wasteland, which is basically essentially a new biome, and we're going to be getting new screenshots with that. So talking about the Wasteland a bit more in depth is something that I definitely cannot wait to see, because in the screenshots we'll also be seeing more angles of it, and I just think all in all, for a new biome to be coming in the game is definitely going to feel refreshing to say the least. Now, depending on the patch, which is going to include basically this new Iron Man skin, could be as early as next week. Now, the devs also want to spice up weekly blogs. I don't know exactly what they mean when they say that. I don't know if they're talking more community involvement, etc, or just being in that position to now drop some more, I guess, teasers possibly in those blogs, but nonetheless they want to spice up the weekly blogs. I think it's safe to say that they do feel repetitive, to say the least. Now, it could be a potential blog on the Omega level threat stuff. Again, Phil essentially teased that. Now, going more in depth with this Hawkeye DLC, because this is what we're going to be seeing, right, really soon. I mean, we are not far away until we get our deep dive video for this. Now, I know there's also been some other stuff going around customization and so forth to things like the harm room, etc, so I will be clarifying that a little bit more. But a question that was asked is, does Clint have his classic skin? And basically we were told just wait and see. So that's going to be the Hawkeye classic skin. So it'll be bald old man Hawkeye classic and casual, which is essentially the fraction run. And the Ronin, I guess, suit has more or less been confirmed, because there was a tweet. I can't exactly remember when now as I'm making this video, but it was done the other day. And well, basically they were essentially teasing how they want to do a build up to this deep dive video for Hawkeye, and that they'll be inspired by comics, right? And one of the comics that they did actually reveal is with Hawkeye and Kate Bishop, and in that comic book Hawkeye is basically wearing the Ronin suit. So I think that alone is more or less a clear indicator to say that this is going to be in the game. Is it going to be paid for? Is it going to be unlockable like straight away? I have no idea on that, but if it's going to be making an appearance, then that's just good enough for me at this moment in time. Now, they did agree to the fact with this roadmap problem. We know that we all say, well, how long does it take to do this? And they actually stated themselves that it doesn't take 5 months to publish a roadmap. It's actually all about coming to an agreement and essentially on the content and how it's more or less an approval type of thing. And not sure right now, and basically the not sure term is basically also regarding new vaults. And this is where we go on to the exciting stuff coming to the harm room in the near future. Again, I don't know if this is more speculation to just start going around, but we're talking about the customization aspect of that. Again, we'll have to wait and see in the near future what goes down with that, but it's definitely heading into a really positive light here because more missions are coming and more types of them. Now, when it comes down to new enemy types, and we always complain about the aim bots, the aim robots, whatever you want to call them, I think it's safe to say that we're still going to be stuck with them for a little longer, at least until the next DLC anyway, so that kind of has like its pros and cons. The cons being that I'm just bored of fighting robots, but the pros also being that, well, new types of missions are coming, and you know, I think that alone has to have new types of enemies as well, so that kind of, you know, gives you some faith. Now, Captain America's shield could be different with the costumes, but they're basically just unsure at this moment in time. Again, I'm guessing it all comes down to like an approval type of thing, and they would basically love to have an online hub, which is something they're looking into. Now, when they say online hub, I don't know how far they're specifying it in the sense of, well, an online hub could essentially mean multiple different things, right? Are we talking about just being able to get into a party, etc., etc., or are we basically talking about where the community can get way more involved with an online hub, essentially going against people around the world with different, I guess, statistics and so forth. I think it was Bob Duck and Weave that done like a fan art or concept, whatever you want to call it, for something like that, and that did look relatively well put together and good as an idea within itself. So I think that's something that also could mean an online hub in terms of a category, and they're also looking into some crazy places to go, which is basically the new biomes. So we know that we're getting Wasteland. What other biomes could there be? Well, I mean, that just opens up a brand new door with the next DLC, which clearly is going to be the Black Panther DLC. So that alone is going to be coming with big biomes that we more or less know already, but I think looking into some crazy places to go, it's safe to say that, well, there's a lot of them in the Marvel universe that we can head to. So let me know what ones you would like to go to in the comments below. Now, regarding a helmet on and off option, again, that's something that they are aware of. However, they were quite brutally honest with that, and it was as simple, they just don't know if it's going to happen. So I'm going to push more towards a no on that, at least at this moment in time, aka within the near future. Now, an OLT with all the content releases, they basically just can't make that prediction at this moment in time. So overall, what we've learned from that dev live stream is that a lot of stuff is going on behind the scenes, and ultimately we now know the game is in profit as well, which is also, well, I don't know how much in terms of a number are they in profit, but it seems like it's in a green side, I guess you could say, as far as their balance sheet and all that stuff goes. So that within itself is also a good thing. So we'll have to see what goes down, but this is basically the week where we could be seeing some big changes. But guys, I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and until the next one, adios amigos.